A wet dream is when you have an orgasm while you're asleep. Pretty straightforward, really. I actually hope that Inception would have integrated that into its narrative. That would have been hysterical. Wet dreams are more common in men. Actually, I don't think I know a woman that's had a wet dream. Although I don't really go around asking. Here we go, if you're a woman, have you had a wet dream? Let me know. When men are teenagers and going through puberty and there's lots of hormones and testosterone going around the body, you learn very quickly that men don't really need to be seduced in order to get an erection and get aroused. We seduce ourselves when we're not conscious. When we're asleep, we wake up pre-seduced and go, oh, sometimes the end part happens while you're asleep. That is a wet dream. I remember the first time I had a wet dream because I didn't actually really know what it was. And I woke up during the night and it was all wet and I thought that I had wet the bed like I was a fucking child, and I'd never wet the bed in my entire life. And there I am going, oh my God, I've just pissed myself. And I had no idea why, because it's not like I drank a lot of water. I had no history of wetting the bed, and it was a really confusing experience. But then you slowly begin to realize that it's not spread everywhere across the bed, and you start to feel a little sticky and it's kind of hanging around, and then you go, ah, this is something else. Then I came to the startling conclusion that it was a wet dream. I obviously heard about wet dreams, but I never thought it was going to happen to me. But there you go, and you go off into the bathroom making sure no one's around and you clean yourself up. But a wet dream is a perfectly natural phenomenon that you're meant to grow out of as you get older, but you can still have them. I usually took them as a sign, if I had them in my sort of early adult life, I took them as a sign that I needed to go and get myself some sex, or go and start dating people and actually start to sort out that issue, because I was getting horny, not even in real life. I can't recommend a medical solution, but my one was sex or masturbation, a lot of masturbation. The worst thing about a wet dream is you generally wake up after the best part has like taken place, god damn it. Although I do remember I have actually woken up once during it, like as the orgasm was happening, I woke up and I was just like, no, 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 no. Then there's times where in my dreams I've quite clearly had sex with someone in my dream and then woken up and I'm surprised that nothing's happened. It's all completely dry, and I don't get it. If you're an expert on wet dreams, talk to me. Tell me below what the hell is going on there and how frequent are they? Do they occur in men and women? I'm assuming that they do, but why are men so fucking horny all the time? I haven't had one for a number of years now. It's been like probably 5 years. I remember I was having wet dreams just before I think it was my second boyfriend. We were kind of dating and I was like going through that process of like, oh, do I ask him to be my boyfriend, all this sort of stuff. And we hadn't slept with each other yet. And then I had like, in a week, I had like 3 wet dreams. And I'm like, okay, this is a sign. You need to fucking get on top of this. But let me know, when was your first wet dream experience? Have you ever had a wet dream? Do you still have wet dreams? Do you remember what the content of the wet dream was? Because sometimes I wake up and I don't even remember the dream. Yet here I am and I've just jizzed on myself. Here's an interesting question. Have you ever had a wet dream when someone else has been in the bed with you? It's never happened to me, but I'm sure it's happened to someone out there. I should have warned you today that the forecast of this video was going to be moist.